Do you guys have good chairs? Liza, did you find something that works?
Do you need it higher?
Not right now. All right, you guys, we are going to start moving out on the edge of the chair. Our feet are going to be flat. Our shoulders are going to be back. We want to tilt our tailbone back towards the wall behind us. We're going to bring our hands to our rib cage. We're going to close our eyes and we are going to inhale. And as we inhale, we're expanding the belly, expanding the lungs. And as we exhale, we're pulling the belly in, contracting, pushing air out. Let's inhale. We're breathing deep. Let's exhale. We're breathing back out. Let's continue breathing, soft and easy. On our next inhale, let's expand our breath, expand our lungs, and then we're going to pause our breath and then release, pulling the belly in, pushing the air out. Inhaling, let's deepen that breath, and when our lungs are full, we're going to pause that breath again. Slowly exhaling, pulling our belly in tight. Let's inhale again, and as we're inhaling, let's roll the shoulders back so we're not holding tension. Let's pause that breath, and then we exhale, pull the belly in tight. Let's take one more expanding breath here. We're inhaling, we're pausing our breath, and then we're exhaling. We're going to contract the belly. Let's open our eyes. Let's roll our arms down. Shoulders are back. We're going to slowly drop our chin to our chest and just stretch the neck and shoulders. Let's inhale our chin up, and let's exhale our ear towards our shoulder. Inhaling back to the top, we take and move our head to the other side, making sure our shoulders have released down. Let's bring our head back up to the center, and we're going to inhale, take our arm up, and we're coming into flexion. So this arm's going to reach down as this one reaches up, and we're going to take our gaze up. Let's inhale to the center, and then we exhale to the other side. Just pausing, inhaling, exhaling. We're going to go back and forth a few times, just checking in that we're breathing, both the inhale and the exhale. Let's do each side one more time. And as we come back up to the center, let's sit tall in our seated mountain pose. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms up, and then we're going to swan dive, folding onto our lap. Our hands are going to reach behind our legs. We inhale, bring it all the way back up to the top. Hands come together. We exhale, swan dive. Let's do our best not to let our back round out here. We want to lead with our chest, and then lead up with the shoulders. Let's take our next swan dive, and we're just going to hang out here. We're going to let our chin drop heavy. We're going to let our torso lay on our legs. We're going to slowly roll our back up to a seated position. We're going to bring our hands to our thighs, elbows out a little bit. We're going to inhale tall, kind of like we're working on cow pose, shoulders back, tailbone back. And then on the exhale, we're going to push the center of our back away from us. We inhale back up to our cow pose. And then as we exhale, we're pulling the belly in tight, cat. Inhaling. Exhaling. For a few moments, let's close our eyes. As we're moving through cat-cow, let's pretend that we are in a class full of yogis. And as we're breathing, we want to be breathing deep enough that the person beside us could hear. Let's take one more cat pose. Hold cat, press those shoulder blades away from each other. And then come up to cow, shoulders back and down, that tailbone tilts back. Let's pretend there's a rope pulling our spine forward. We're breathing. And then let's come into a neutral spine. We're going to pull our leg up and across and line up the shoulders with our ankle and knee. If this is too tight for us, we can always cross down here at the ankles. Let's bring our hands down. Let's inhale, and we just want to lean forward with a straight back so we start to feel this hip and glute. Let's inhale, we grow a little bit taller. And on the exhale, we lower a tiny bit. Every inhale grows us taller. Every exhale sinks us just a hair. Let's inhale one more time. And if we can lower. It's towards the end of the day. Maybe we're a little more stress-free. We can lower our chest all the way to our shin. It's up to us. Maybe we're still all the way up here, and that is fine. We're going to sit tall, and we are going to lower this foot to cross at the ankles. We're going to bring this arm across, and we're going to reach towards the back of our chair. We're inhaling first, and on the exhale, we're going to twist. Pull our shoulder back. Look towards the wall behind us. We inhale taller. We exhale, twist a little bit more. We're going to use our breath to kind of stretch out that spine. We're going to slowly come back to the center, and we're going to cross the other leg, either at the ankle or up here on top. We're going to keep this foot flexed, lining up the shoulders with the ankle and knee. We inhale tall. We exhale, we lean forward a little bit, just so we start to feel the hip and glutes. Then we inhale a little bit taller, exhale a little bit lower. Every breath should look like this. We're inhaling, we're exhaling. We want to try to avoid rounding out in our spine. We want to hinge from our hips, and let's check in that our shoulders are drawing back. Let's start to get a little bit lower with our next exhale. And if we so choose, we can lower to the shin. That's up to us. Or we can stay a little higher, whatever feels good. We're going to slowly come up to that tall spine and cross down here at our ankles. We're going to bring our hand across. We reach the other hand back to the chair. We're inhaling tall. And then as we exhale, we're pulling the belly tight. We're pulling that shoulder back. We're turning our gaze as long as our neck and shoulders feel okay. Let's inhale taller. Exhale, twist a little bit more. We're going to stay here and breathe for a few moments. Let's release back to the center. We're going to work our way up to a standing position. We are going to move the chair to the top of our mats. So we're breathing. Let's stand in mountain pose, tailbone back, shoulders back. We're breathing. Every inhale expands the belly. Every exhale contracts the belly. We should feel our ab muscles stretching and contracting when we breathe. Let's bring our hands to heart center. We want to inhale, reaching tall. And then we're going to exhale just to a tiny chair pose. Inhaling, reaching tall. Exhaling. Keep breathing, you guys. Keep moving up and down. I really wish there was a way to have reverse cameras so I could see all these little boxes of people doing yoga, and then I could still yell at them like it was a real class. Let's inhale up. Let's exhale to our next chair pose, and then we're going to bring our hands flat to the seat and take a step back. We're going to exhale the hips back. We want the belly tight. We want soft knees. We don't want our knees to lock. We're breathing here. We're going to take our foot between the chair legs. We're going to step the other foot back. And we have two straight legs here. And it's like we're walking a tightrope. So we inhale away from the chair. We're going to push the hips back. Two straight legs, no locking. And if we want, we can lower to forearms here. Stretching out the hamstrings and calf. If this pose starts to stretch out for us, we can work our hands farther back on the chair and exhale our ears right between the biceps. And we're still breathing. Let's bring our head back up. We're going to come to palms. We're going to step back and switch our feet. Remember, soft bends in the knees. Two straight legs, but no locking. We want to push our hips towards the wall behind us. We're breathing. And then on the exhale, if we want, we can lower down to forearms. We want to take a couple breaths here before we start moving any lower. And then after we breathe a little bit and we want this to get a little bit deeper, we can stretch the arms out, taking our ears between the biceps. Again, we're only doing this if we want. Checking back in that our knees are not locked. Let's bring our head back up. We're coming to palms. Breathing. We're going to step both feet back. And we're going to exhale into a standing forward fold. We want our hands to stay on the chair for support. We want to try to bring our head low. And then we're tilting the tailbone up. Soft knees. While we're here, let's pick up all 10 toes. Create some space, making yogi toes. And then we put all those toes back on the mat. Let's inhale, bring our head up. We're going to lift to tippy toes here. We want to stretch out the muscles in our feet. We're going to exhale, roll our feet flat to the floor, and then just lift the toes up. Tippy toes. And then release. Toes up. And then the next time we go to lift the toes, we're going to draw the balls of our feet off the floor without locking the knees. And then we roll back up. We're going to try to keep our body stationary here. We don't want to see our body rocking back and forth. Pulling the balls of our feet up, soft knees. Then we come back to tippy toes. Releasing down. One more time, we're going to pull the balls of our feet up, yogi toes. And then tippy toes. Breathing. Let's take and step one of our feet forward, toes under the center of the chair seat. We're going to step the other foot way back into a lunge leg. We're going to use this chair to get into a fabulous lunge. We're going to bring the knee forward to tap the chair. And then we're going to inhale our arms up. We're reaching tall. We want to breathe. This chair is going to help us from cheating because I'm not there to yell at you. We're going to exhale, bring our hands to the seat of the chair, turn the foot down so it's flat. Now we're going to take both hip bones and turn them forward towards the chair seat and lift back up to warrior one. Let's keep our hands engaged. We're reaching tall, torso tight. We're going to bring our hands back to the seat, keep that knee attached. Now we open this hip and we're coming into warrior two. We're still attached to the chair. Now if we're taller, we might need to let this back foot slide a little bit. We're breathing. Shoulders are down. It's a great day to be alive, you guys. Doesn't this feel amazing? We're going to take this front hand down to the seat of the chair and reach up and over for our extended angle. Let's make sure our toes are loose on the mat, that we're not clutching the mat. Our knee is still forward and we're feeling some heat in our thigh. Let's come back to warrior two. Then we're going to straighten the front leg. We're going to shift forward, bring our hand to the seat of the chair, and the other hand reaches tall. We have two straight legs here, no locking. Our breath is deep. Our exhales tighten the abs. We're going to slowly come up. The back arm comes across our waistline, and we come into Exalted Warrior. Slowly, we're going to shift that knee forward. We're coming back to warrior two. Breathing. Let's bring both hands down to the seat of the chair and step back and come into fold. One leg might feel a little bit longer than the other leg. Inhaling back up, but we're going to remedy that. The other foot steps forward underneath the chair. The other leg steps back into that lunge, and we bring the knee to touch the chair. We want it to stay touching the chair. We're reaching into lunge. I hope we're smiling. It's a great day to feel all this heat building up. We're breathing. Bringing both hands down to the chair. We're going to turn the back foot. Both hip bones face the chair. Both shoulders are in that direction too. And we inhale, take it up. We're in warrior one. We're growing tall, but we're also letting the weight of our body drop into the mat. Dean, you got a big head. It's right in the camera. Our breath is strong here. Let's bring our hands down to the seat of the chair. We're going to rotate the hip open. Now we're coming into warrior two. Arms out, shoulders down. This knee is still attached to the chair. Shoulders are stretching apart. If we're taller, we might need to slide this foot down a little bit. Let's bring our hand to the seat, and then we reach up and over. Turn the pinky down. We're in extended angle. Now we want to come back into warrior two. The back arm comes across our waistline. Let's reach back. We're going to do an extra pose here, reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. We're going to straighten the front leg. Our hand comes down to the seat of the chair and we reach straight up for triangle pose. Let's remember that our legs are not locked in any pose. Now we come up, we come into Exalted Warrior, arm to the back. We reach tall. Sam, stop. Let's come back into Warrior two. And then we're going to bring both hands forward. We're going to step back, come into our fold. Breathing. We want our exhales to lower our body here. Let's inhale. We're going to step forward pretty close to the chair. And we're going to practice a deep knee bend here. So we just want to lift the heels up a tiny bit and bring the knees towards the chair as we lower down. We should get some cracks out of our hips and knees here. Now, we're never allowed to use momentum. We get this lecture a lot. So we're going to inhale. Then we're going to slowly come into straight legs. Let's take it down again. One more deep knee bend. So we're going to hold this deep knee bend. We want the muscles in our feet to burn a little bit. We want to build those. We're going to center one hand on the seat of the chair, and we're going to swing the other arm out. We inhale the torso taller. We exhale, twist. If our shoulders and neck feel okay, we can turn our gaze behind us. Let's come back to the center. We're going to be switching to the other side. We're going to roll our ankles in towards each other just to make the footwork a little bit harder. Let's swing the other arm out. We inhale the torso tall. We exhale, pull the belly tight to the twist. And then we release. We're gonna reach down to the mat and lower to the floor. We're gonna slide closer to the chair and we're gonna work the abs a tiny bit. So hands tuck underneath our booty. We're gonna bring both feet up onto the chair. We're breathing. We're gonna flex the feet. We're gonna release one arm forward. We're gonna hold for a moment. We're gonna switch. The other arm goes forward. You know what's coming. Both arms. So let's release both arms up and we're counting to 10. We're breathing. Breathing is what's contracting our muscles. Are you counting to 10 really fast? 4 more breaths. We should feel some heat in the belly. 2 more breaths. And then we slowly roll all the way down. We want to scooch in far enough that the back of our knees are touching our chair. Dean, now is not the time to stand up. Let's pull the right knee into our chest. No. Let's point and flex our foot. No. We're not friends. Switching sides. Let's point and flex the other foot. No, it's fine. I hope we're all having these at-home distractions with our pets and children. Confinement, quarantine is doing great stuff for us. Let's pull both knees into our chest and let's rock side to side. Let's remember we're not crossing ankles when we're rocking. Let's reach between the knees, holding on to the ankles or around the backs of our feet. We're letting our knees fall open into our supine butterfly. Let the shoulders relax back and down. We're breathing. Let's move our feet above the knees into our dead bug. We're pulling the shoulders back. We're letting the hands do the work. Let's make sure our breath is deep here. While we're here in dead bug, let's release our grip too. Peace fingers wrapped around the big toe squeezes back. We're gonna extend both legs straight up. We don't want our knees to lock. Our legs are together here and our heels are the highest point of our body. Let's make sure we're still breathing. Toes are still squeezing around our fingers. Then we're gonna slide our feet up onto the chair seat. So we want our calf muscles touching the seat of the chair. We're gonna bring our arms down beside us and push our palms into the mat. We're gonna take a deep breath, and then on the exhale, we're gonna squeeze the glutes together and lift up off the floor. Then we bring it back down. Let's inhale, we can squeeze and lift, and then release back down. Let's keep moving up and down. We're just working those large muscle groups. That's a nice sound effect for. Let's hold the next one up and we're squeezing. We're breathing. we want to squeeze the glutes and lift higher, so now the quads are working. And then we're going to release the glutes, and they're not working at all. Yes, Liza, release the glutes. We're rolling back to the floor. We're breathing. So we can continue this exercise with both legs on the chair, but if you want a different challenge, we're going to take one of the legs up into the air. We're going to flex the ankle and straighten the knee, and then we're going to inhale, lift, and lower. Lift and lower. If we find that our hands are pushing into the floor, we need to take them off of the floor. We don't want our arms doing the work here. If we have a leg up in the air, we're going to switch that leg right here. Extending the leg up, flexing the ankle. We lift and lower. We're going to try not, oh, puppies. We're going to try not to let the butt touch the floor in the next couple. And one more time, we're lifting and lowering. We're going to pull both knees back into our chest. We're going to rock side to side. And then we're going to open the knees. Peace fingers reach for those big toes again. And then we're going to squeeze the toes around the fingers as we extend the legs up. We're flexing the ankles. The legs are together. And now we can stay here, or we can take our legs out to straddle split. So we're just making that V shape with our legs. We're pressing the back of our knees towards the ceiling. Maybe on our next exhale, we take the legs a little bit wider. The shoulders are loose here. Really, our fingers and our toes are doing the work to hold the bind. And then we release. We're going to bring our heels to the chair and just sway the knees side to side. And then with one of our feet on the edge of the chair, we're going to bring our other leg into pigeon pose. If pigeon pose is too tight, we just cross at the ankles. We just want to breathe here. Inhale, we can close our eyes. Exhale, we pull the belly in, push that air out. And then when we're ready, let's switch sides. Let's close our eyes and dig a little bit deeper into that breath. We're inhaling and exhaling. Let's bring both heels back to the chair. We're taking one more rock side to side here. If we need socks and sweatshirts for relaxation, we can go ahead and put those on now. When we're ready, let's slide the top of our legs onto the chair so that we are resting comfortably. Maybe we need to move the chair in a little bit so the back of our knees are touching the chair. We can cross the ankles. We're going to walk the shoulders away from our ears. We're going to bring our arms down and turn our palms up. We're going to close our eyes here, practicing this stillness in this crazy, chaotic world is important. We need to inhale, and as we inhale, we're breathing life into our lungs and belly. And then on that exhale, we're pushing air out, pulling the belly down. Let's inhale, breathing deeper this time. Exhaling out. Going back to that breath retention that we did in the beginning. Let's inhale into our low lungs and belly. And when our lungs are full, we're going to pause that breath. Slowly, we exhale out. We inhale again into the low belly, into the low lungs. When we've taken a full breath, we pause. And then we're exhaling. Let's do this one more time. We're inhaling. We're pausing that breath when our lungs are full. And then we exhale, release that breath out. We're going to make sure that we're not holding stress right now. So let's keep our eyes closed. We're moving our jaw side to side. Let's bring our lips back together. Let's make sure our shoulders have rolled down towards the floor. As we inhale, let's curl our toes, curl our fingers, squeezing our glutes and shoulders, squeezing our lips, our cheeks, our eyebrows, our hairline. Everything is squeezing to create extra energy. Let's inhale deeper, squeezing tighter. And then we exhale, releasing. We let our body melt into our mat. Our only job here is to breathe. If there's distractions around us, we just inhale deeper. We exhale slower. We can choose to stay in this position if we need, or we're going to roll over to our right side, bringing our legs off of the chair. We're curled up tight into a ball. We're continuing to relax. And then when we are ready, we are coming up to an easy seated position. Whatever is best for us. We want to sit tall, shoulders back, breathing. We're going to bring our arms out to the side. We're going to close our eyes. We're going to inhale, reaching tall. And then exhaling back out. Let's inhale a little bit slower, taking our time to reach the top. And then we exhale back. One more breath up. We inhale, sweeping our arms all the way to the top. We bring our palms together. We exhale slowly to heart center. Namaste, friends. I'm going to say good job because I'm sure you did a good job. Until next time, which is like 15 minutes from now.